They've displayed full frontal nerdity on AMC for 3 seasons, and this Sunday, Season 4 of Comic Book Men kicks off. Graphic novels and memorabilia shenanigans aplenty. Don't miss the season premiere of Comic Book Men, Sunday, October 12th at midnight Eastern on AMC.
Hey, it's your old buddy Bry here to tell you about audiblepodcast.com/TESD, where you're going to get a free audiobook and a 30-day trial by signing up. And they have all kinds of stuff. 150,000 titles, every genre, pretty much anything you're looking for. Because really, like, this is what I do. I put on, like, big Bose noise-canceling headphones, put on my audiobook, and it tells the world, fuck off. You're less interesting than what I'm listening to. Step off, as the kids say. Kids still saying that? Step off? Go check it out. audiblepodcast.com/TESD. Getting something kind of cool that if you don't like it, you can cancel. Trust me. I listen to all kinds of stuff. I got coal from there. We can remember it for you wholesale. Hughes. About Howard Hughes, the private memos and letters. Roughing It. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Island at the Center of the World. Shark Trouble. Devil's Teeth. The Sociopath Next Door. I'm telling you. The titles are endless. I got tons. There's more books than you would ever need to ignore people for the rest of your life. audiblepodcast.com/TESD.
See what? I mean, if Big Chet is doing it, it's over.
How cool can it be?
That's my boss.
Yeah. Live the life that you're like, I wish I was.
I wish I had Ebola. Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. There is no Q. We're Q-less this week. He's down in Florida vacationing like a retired gangster or something. Instead, we have what I consider a treat, Walt. Every once in a while, this guy pops up, gives us 2 cents. And it's not Ming, who, regrettably, I hadn't set up yet. You just verbally assaulted. I fucking really wish I had caught it. He made a passing snide remark at Mike, not even directed at you. And then you went after
Well, it is directed at me, though. It was. I don't want to get into it, though.
Oh, really?
That should
really?
stay. Yeah, that should stay in-house.
Oh.
Yeah, I do think that was real work related.
Really?
And
once the mics go dark, maybe I'll hear about this. Okay.
What do you mean? Maybe you'll hear about it? You saw it.
No, the reasoning behind it.
The reason behind why it should stay dark?
No,
why it should stay in?
Yeah, why it should stay in-house.
Why it should stay in-house?
Yeah.
Because that's that has something to do. That's work related. That's real work.
Okay.
And that doesn't need to be. That doesn't need to put out there for public consumption, right? Right, Sunday Jeff?
Yes.
That's who we're.
That's where you get it from. The Easter eggs here. Once it pops up, like he says, Easter egg.
I like when Sunday Jeff comes. He has opinions that you don't ordinarily hear, and no matter what his opinion is, you'll go after him for it. So
Not that one. He just agreed with me. You didn't see me go after him there, did you?
I just like the torment you heap upon him.
No. Do we have topics that he can that
my opinion?
we could get some good opinions on?
As a matter of fact, we do. I made a list of some topics once
right.
I found out that Q wouldn't be here.
But doesn't Q also offer very good opinions and edible opinions on topics that you throw out there?
Oh, of course. Of course. But Sunday Jeff, I feel, almost always has a unique take on no matter what you throw out there.
Okay.
And by unique, sometimes it doesn't really make sense, but I love it regardless. So, okay. I normally don't do this, but I wrote down some topics for this week.
Oh, my God. Bullet points, huh?
Mm-hmm. I got some bullet
prepared.
points.
It's cool.
Let's see. Number one, what's this? Oh, how pathetic it was. Mike and Ming judging a cosplay contest at the con, which maybe... Have you heard this story already?
No, I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea.
I thought maybe Ming had told it 14 times already.
Not to me.
We went down to San Antonio, and they have... I don't know why, but it appears that over the course of the weekend, they have no less than 5 different cosplay contests, which is essentially people who dress in costume go up on stage, and then you have judges who, I don't know what they're basing it. They're kind of like, you've
Like
seen
a
it.
costume
You've seen it.
contest.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think
how many judges were there besides Mike and Ming?
There were 5 judges, but here's the thing. They came to us at the last minute and asked if we wanted to judge the cosplay contest.
Right.
So they're like, sure. And it turned out, I guess somebody else had backed out or didn't show up or whatever. And we got there, and there's already 5 people on stage. 5 cosplayers.
Judges? Oh.
Yeah, 5 judges.
5 judges for
5
the cosplay.
judges for the cosplay. And I guess one of them was somewhat as professional as a cosplayer can be, I guess. She's a professional. And the other 4, I guess, aren't up to...
Snuff.
Right, yeah. They're
How do you know? Why would you say they're not up to snuff, though?
Well, you can see probably somebody has a professional-looking costume.
I was told by one of the wizard... Or not wizard, one of the San Antonio
So
people.
one of the San Antonio people said one of those judges shouldn't be up there. They don't have any right to judge.
4 of them... No, 4 out of the 5 are considered amateur in the world of cosplay. And only 1 had been doing it for a while, so they felt that she was the only one who really should have been judging. So we walk in, and I see 5 judges up there, and I said, okay, well, I guess they don't need us. They found these people. And it turned out it wasn't judging, it was hosting. Like,
They need you to host it?
yes.
MCing, huh?
Yeah, MC. So, 3 MCs are not necessary. So I handed it off to Mike and Ming.
Oh, brother.
What they didn't know, though, was Mike and Ming didn't know was I asked them for a microphone also so I could sit in the audience and taunt them, and no one would know where I was. It was pretty fun. It was a lot more fun than actually emceeing, I think. But something that struck me was the one who was talking a lot was dressed as Harley Quinn, like as a nurse. And there was a kid who was a little girl cosplaying as, I guess, someone from Kick-Ass. And she didn't want to say the word ass. Mm-hmm. So instead she says butt.
Okay.
Now, meanwhile, have you ever seen Harley Quinn's nurse's outfit?
You mean a real nurse outfit? From what? To comics?
There's an image from comics, where she's wearing a nurse's outfit. I remember seeing it, and I guess this
So
is
it's risque, you're saying?
beyond risque. Because I assume you've seen giant fake tits. Stuff them inside the nurse's outfit, and that's what you got. And I couldn't figure out why ass isn't permissible, but giant boobs spilling over the side of the stage were. Sunday Jeff, cursing versus scantily clad women, which is going to affect kids more at a Comic-Con?
I would think.
Do.
Well, that's not really cursing ass, but that's not really cursing to me. I would think the more offensive, but I don't think it would really mind the male audience, would be the enormous tits.
Male audience is preferring that.
Oh, I don't think they would
Rather
have a
than
problem with
ass?
that. Yeah, I don't think they would.
Well,
have
as
a
a
problem.
father, do you care about either one? You bring Sunday Chloe to a Comic-Con.
You can walk through the mall and see that shit too. So I mean, it's not like it's just strictly on just for like cosplay at a place that you're going to. You see that shit in the mall. There's a lot of kids that dress like that.
Yeah.
So I would say it's probably.
Somehow I got a feeling that if he noticed it, Well, I mean, a bit more risque than what kids.
I mean, if it's like
mall walker, yeah.
But I'm saying you see it. I know that you've been to the mall or you've been out places and you look and there's plenty of younger girls out there that are. It's pretty provocative with the way they dress. Now I don't know how this is. I mean, it's like it was like almost to her nipple or whatever. I mean, to where it's literally close to where it's just like one string pops and it's all over. It's you get the whole package.
It was pretty low cut. And I don't consider myself to be a stodgy type person, but I saw something on the news yesterday, and it's a mom who took on Target, and her problem was the cuts of girls' shorts versus boys' shorts. And essentially her complaint was that every pair of girls' shorts at Target are Daisy Dukes, while the boys are more like cargo type shorts, right? And so they showed them, and I have to say, when I was in San Antonio, there was a girl there. She was there as a guest. 12, in and out in those type shorts, and I had that feeling like as if I were a father. Yeah. Like, you're not walking out the door. No fucking way. I guess if it was my son, I'd say the same thing. Short shorts. You all right, Walt?
I'm all right.
You seem off a little bit. You okay?
I'm letting Sunday Jeff to have his...
my moment in the sun?
You said you wanted his opinions.
Yeah, I do. But I worry about you. When I see that fire in your eyes, like with Ming.
What are you talking about?
When you were yelling at him earlier.
And?
There's a fire there. What'd you say?
Oh yeah, he looked like what's that Donald Trump show? He looked like he was really out. Like, The Apprentice, man. He was in,
he wants Ming to come back, right?
He just doesn't though. He won't though. He just like sits there, like it's like Hell's Kitchen, like Hell's comic book store.
You guys are bringing it back.
He's getting agitated.
It's like in-house.
Son of a bitch.
In-house. So what are we talking about?
Oh, as far as cut shorts?
What's the next? Target shorts?
Yeah, the Target shorts.
I can't imagine all shorts.
Well, I mean, that's an unrealistic expectation to think that department stores are going to sell this unisex clothing.
That's unreasonable, yeah, but I think they said.
But they should offer it if there was a demand for it, they would offer it. Mm-hmm. As unfortunately, though, there's not a demand for it, and a store cannot be expected to kowtow to unrealistic expectations of their inventory that every type of clothing, no matter how unpopular it may be, they'll stock.
I feel like if you have, if you're a female, you're from 12 on up. I think they said the average female inseam was 2 inches, whereas the average male inseam was 8 inches. If you try to put 8-inch shorts on a girl, 12 or older, there's no fucking way they're leaving the house. They look weird. I mean, no girl wears shorts past their knees, right? Unless they're like those clam digger types. And then they're not even shorts. What do you do, Walt?
Got it.
Find another store.
Yeah, this topic.
Take those off.
Buy her some boy shorts?
This topic this hasn't been on my radar yet. So, I haven't thought about this one yet.
Okay.
But what do you do, Jeff? I mean, I don't even. Does this topic even?
Do we give a fuck?
Not yet. I mean, my daughter's not 12, but it's. But I see that the stuff that she watches on TV, and even the stuff on TV, the girls that are wearing a lot of the clothes on TV, even for like stuff that's on Nickelodeon, is it's pretty provocative for being that.
It's right at the threshold.
It's not crossing the line, but it's getting there. For it is close. To where it's like. You still, obviously your daughter's your baby or whatever, I don't know how old she is, and you just, because when you were a certain age, you were looking at people, and it's okay for you to look, but you don't want your daughter going out like that. That's the truth.
What do you...
That's the truth. It's like it's all right that you look at everybody else, but when your daughter goes out looking like that, you ain't going out of the house looking like that.
Right.
It's just not happening.
Did you just revert to Dollar Shave right there?
It ain't happening. There's a reason for that. That's
if Q is here,
character.
Right?
What would Q think?
Let's
play a little bit of Quinn It to Win It.
Okay. If Q was here, I'm going to go ahead and say that he is pro short shorts.
Pro short shorts, it's a good bet.
Yeah, and Target shouldn't be offering anything longer than 2 inches. In fact, 2 inches is probably too long.
if Q might be like nothing less than a G-string, right?
Well, 18 and over, he would say.
Yeah, 18 and over, yes.
Yeah, a 12-year-old in the G-string, I doubt he'd
I thought you meant the cosplayers.
Right. Oh, cosplayers? Yeah. Anything more than a G-string, and he's sorely disappointed.
And he's like, that's too much.
Yeah. What the fuck?
What's with the nuns?
What's with the burqa?
Yeah.
Another thing I'm wondering Sunday, Jeff. Ebola.
There you go.
Everybody's talking about, right?
I tell you what, right now. What was your main question about Ebola?
I had two questions, actually. One was specifically for you, because you're a huge dog lover. Did you read about the nurse in Spain?
I knew that there was a nurse in Spain. What's the dog connection? I haven't heard about a dog connection.
The dog connection is there was a nurse in Spain who died of Ebola.
She died?
She died, yeah.
She died today?
Maybe it was today.
Dog's gotta go.
It said she died online. So I don't know if it was today or
But she wasn't dead yesterday.
Okay, well then it was today or last night.
She died already? That was fucking quick if she died. Are you sure she died?
Yeah, they say it can go quick.
Hold on a sec. I'll look it up right now.
Don't tell. You know what? It's not important. It's not important.
Okay.
It's not important. Just tell me.
Okay.
Just tell me about the dog connection.
So she has a dog.
Dogs carry it now?
I think they're concerned that they can. So even though it's not showing any symptoms, the authorities are like, well, we're going to have to
take
euthanize the dog. And there were there were throngs of people outside the...
In
I don't
Spain?
know how the fuck they know where she lives. I don't know.
In Spain?
In Spain. Outside the nurse's place, yelling at the cops and telling them not to euthanize the dog, trying to prevent them from euthanizing the dog.
Okay, I am. I have two dogs. Obviously, I like dogs, if not love dogs.
You're a great dog owner. Like Pam I've had dogs my entire life. Pam always wants a dog, right? Never fucking takes care. Like never takes her for a walk. Never they live the life that you're like. I wish I was.
I wish I had Ebola.
I wish I had Ebola. Your dogs aren't wishing that. You're a really good dog.
I have a big yard. I take them out every day. I go for walks with them as much as I can. I do stuff with the dogs. I mean, that's why I got a dog, to do something. I don't want it to be my. I don't want it to be an exercise machine that I hang clothes off of.
Mm-hmm. Or something that's there because, like, when no one else is in the house, you're like, all right, well, at least there's this other creature.
No.
Yeah.
But so what led them to believe that the dog could be a carrier although, like, let me just go back to another point, though. You know, I have a soft spot for the dogs then.
Right.
If somebody who died, who had Ebola, and they were like, do you want to take care of their dog? I would be like, fuck you.
Right. How dare you even ask me?
I'd be like, "Are you crazy?" I know that. And now that they're euthanizing a dog leads me to believe they have to have hopefully, some gut feeling that the dog could be a carrier, right?
I would think so. Yeah.
But
there's a possibility.
Is there somebody in that throng of crowd that would take the dog? But even if they would take the dog, it's irresponsible for the government, if they truly believe the dog could be a carrier, to let somebody take care of that dog. It has to be done, if they truly believe it.
That dog nips one person.
All right, so put him in a prison. Let him nip one of the prisoners. And then if you see he's fine, then...
What? Put him in a prison.
Yeah, well, why euthanize the dog?
The dog? Put the
dog in a prison. Let the prisoners touch him and feel him up and do whatever they got to do.
So you're saying infect prisoners?
Well, now I'm saying, but this way you'll know if the dog definitely has it or not, you know? Okay. You would definitely know if the dog has it, if everybody's all right.
Why can't we just do a blood test before
I don't know if they can do
fucking Sunday Jeff fuck up.
I'm sure they could do a blood test.
Mickey Mouse
You're killing birds with 2 stones, right? You're freeing them.
No birds in this scenario.
All right, well,
you kill either prisoners or a dog.
Okay.
Isn't that what they did in the Soviet Union, like experimented on prisoners?
Why not?
We're talking about, like, what? You got some prisoners in there who may, let's be honest, the judicial system gets it wrong sometimes.
They may not deserve Ebola.
All right, let's see. Maybe people who are on death row.
Why can't we just do a blood test?
Because maybe they can't.
Why can't we just fucking figure out if the dog has it or not before we
then why
throw
did
it
they
into
do
the
that?
prison and why are prisoners feeling it up?
Take a wait and see.
What makes you think that as soon as the dog gets in there, like there's a fucking melee of people trying to feel up the dog?
It's been a long time.
Oh, you think they're gonna try to have sex with it?
No,
What does that mean? Feel it up.
Yeah,
that was your exact words.
How about death row? If they're on death row.
If you didn't get your fucking response on target, you got it on this one.
I'm wrong, actually, Walt. Her condition has worsened and continues to worsen, but she's not dead. I was wrong about that.
Well, you don't know what and the government of Spain has to take in consideration. You don't know what kind of contact the dog has had with the woman since she's been infected.
She might have been feeling it up. Real quick, I was at Barnes & Noble today for a little bit. I saw and heard a woman probably in mid-60s talking to her husband in a way that I looked at the guy. He didn't look at me, but I was just like, I wanted to rescue him. I wanted to fucking bring the guy home. She was like, I was over by the magazines, and she comes over. She's like, Al. And he goes, what? And she goes, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm reading magazines. And she goes, we don't sit there. You know where we sit. I'm looking all over the place for you. Why are you not sitting? Get up. Get up and get over there. Like, I'm not kidding around. This is fucking verbatim.
How old were they? I bet you. I was going to say, were they in their 60s?
Yes.
It has to be done. Yeah. It has to be done. Once the guy gets into his 60s and he's dotting around, it's so annoying. I've seen the way that they walk around. Some of them need to be
corralled.
Some of them need to be corralled, or else they'll just putt around, and it's maddening.
Not even any pun, corralled. But that dude snapped too. Like I made eye contact with one of the cashiers. Some guy standing at the cash register, like, "What the fuck did we just see?" Al.
I bet you, Al. I bet you it's been a lifetime of fucking putting up with Al's nonsense.
Snaps and Barnes and Nobles. Why are you
There's no way you talk like that to Al if he doesn't need it.
He either needs it or he wants it. Like he's like a fucking masochist or something.
But still, to do it like there's nobody around you, like you're in the fucking living room in your house.
When you get to that age, though, she don't give a fuck what Brian Johnson thinks.
60's not that old, though, man.
If I had said something, there's no doubt in my mind she would have been like, "It's none of your fucking business." Like, she would have turned on me in a fucking heartbeat. I would have been Al. Yeah.
It ain't that old, though. 60 ain't that old.
No.
But it's going back to the Ebola thing. I didn't want to get into it because I know it's a hot topic.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah, there is. Sunday, Jeff.
Not so much. I think it's more of a concern.
Well, wait a minute, though. Would you support shutting down flights to West Africa now, to America? Would you shut down the?
My notes: kill flights from West Africa.
Would you do it? Because there's a lot of San Francisco thought out there that would be racist.
Not so much. It's they're not doing it for that reason. They're doing it to stop a possible. You get one or two people over here, and you can affect a bunch of people. They're doing it.
Of course, that's what they're doing it for.
But I'm saying, then yes.
Has the world become so PC?
Yes, the world has become so PC that they will not make a decision like that, even in the face of an outbreak.
Yeah,
it's maddening. It's madness. And I'm telling you right now, if Ebola was prevalent and was the same Ebola rates were in Sweden as they are in West Africa, I would say the same thing. You've got to shut it down, or figure a way.
Well, you give them the warning. Say, we'll allow you to leave. Well, you leave the country, but if there's, if there's no test or something to where you come back, you have to be cleared before a quarantine before you come back to the United States.
They said at JFK they're going to screen a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to start screening.
But they're asking questions to people who are lying.
Right, that's the biggest thing. You can't give a blood test to somebody when they come off an airplane.
Right. They said to one guy, "Have you had any contact?"
Yeah, he said
The guy who died in Dallas. Yeah, he said no, that he didn't. And now, of course, he may have been not known that he was in contact with somebody who had Ebola. He could have thought they were just sick. But
you got to say something though like that, man. You can't.
So you are you yes or no? Can I put you on? Could I put you on the hot seat? Yes or no? Would you, if you were in charge right now, would you start to
stop flights? Yes.
Stop flights. Yes, Brian.
Yep. Absolutely, 100%. They said today that daily 150 people travel to and from West Africa. That's not that many. So stay home.
But what about
stay home or stay here? No more flights.
But what about people from West Africa coming here?
Oh no way.
That's what I think
we were talking about.
I'm also, you have to consider the people, the doctors and the caregivers who are going over there, though. They want to come back home eventually.
But again, like I said, you're dealing with a professional now. Now they're going to tell you they would know the symptoms if they came in contact with somebody and they were able to, they're not going to lie to you like a doctor, a physician. I don't think would. If they knew they were infected, they're not going to take a chance. But
they're going to come back. They're going to want to come back for.
They will, but I'm saying, but now you know what they have, and you can quarantine them a little bit. You
can't quarantine them on a plane.
Put them with the prisoners.
You can't quarantine them
getting felt up for a little
on a plane, but you can try. But at least you can bring them. Not put them on a commercial flight. Maybe put them on a military aircraft or something. And just bring them over here and quarantine them until. They're going over there to try to save lives. So,
right. That guy from Dallas went to the hospital and they didn't recognize the symptoms.
And they sent him home.
And then he came back. So that's not even foolproof.
It should be, though. But that's ridiculous, though, that a guy comes in and they ask you where you're from and you say West Africa. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't raise an eyebrow that maybe we should look at this a little bit more than just the
when you're
the
showing
flu.
The fucking symptoms of Ebola.
Right. They should have called the CDC or did something.
In fairness, though, it's the first case in America, though, so you wouldn't know those are the symptoms, but you would. I think there should have been
raised questions and suspicion.
Eyebrows raised when somebody comes in from certain countries where Ebola is prevalent,
right?
And the fact that it wasn't is a gigantic. It makes I think it should make every American concerned that. Well, now it won't be because now they're going to be probably every hospital is going to be a little bit more
on alert,
a little bit more diligent because now it's on the tip of everybody's tongue.
Right.
But it could happen again. I mean, it is probably. But again, they will shut down flights of people incoming to West Africa when it gets worse, and it's going to get worse.
But they could fly over here and they might not have symptoms when they left, and they could develop symptoms the guy 5 or 6 days actually being in the United
States.
Quick
as shit, huh?
I guess it's pretty.
I think it's like 5 or 6 days. I don't
think it's that quick. But it's quick. And did you hear there's a deputy now who went into the house where the guy in Dallas was, and they think he's sick?
I did hear that. I heard that they thought he was okay, not that he was sick.
Yesterday I heard they thought he may be sick. Today you heard he was okay?
Yeah, that was the guy that they quarantined for a couple of days, right? Showing any kind of symptoms?
Was it deputy?
If he was a deputy,
he went into the house where the man who had Ebola.
But wasn't he quarantined and he hasn't been showing any signs of symptoms in the last 5 or 5 days?
The sergeant or the deputy?
The person that went in.
Yeah, I didn't hear that he was quarantined or anything.
But why do people? What can you explain to me the mindset of somebody who's like I understand. I definitely see both sides of the story of you don't want to shut down that country and have them fight it on their own, right? Because they're not going to be able to win.
No, they would have won by now.
that could get you in trouble. So you were saying that.
Oh no, I can't cut it out.
But for the safety of the rest of the American population, though, I mean,
the world. Because you don't know where somebody comes here.
Well, there's no, but I don't know if there's flights that are one-stop flights from West Africa to America. I believe they have to stop somewhere in Europe.
No direct flights to
don't know
to Liberia.
I would imagine that there's not.
Isn't Liberia a total war zone anyway?
But what do you do then? So how do you help if you just got to charter flights out? I mean, no commercial flights, right? Commercial flights have to be absolutely off the table.
It should be are you serious?
You can't.
No way.
But so how do you argue with somebody who's like, Brian Johnson, you are a racist for saying
I'm
that.
A racist?
For saying that for uttering that sentence right there that all commercial flights from West Africa need to be halted.
I'd say I don't give a fuck what country they're coming from. Like you, it could be Sweden. It could be fucking Germany. It could be fucking Romania. It could be West Africa.
It's got nothing to do with it. It's a health issue. It has nothing to do against the people.
But I'm right though, right? You've seen some of the people get up in arms, and they're like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
you can't do that. Ebola doesn't fucking care what color skin you got.
Right. But these are the same people that if they...
I should get that trademarked.
What's that?
Ebola doesn't care what color skin you got.
Get some shirts put up.
Yeah. Definitely, it's our next shirt.
He's got a big plane with no flights to Africa.
Give that to the community.
Give that to the people?
Give that to the people.
That's your gift.
That's my gift. Yeah. Ebola doesn't care.
The World Health Organization is going to adopt that.
They should. I mean, right?
It doesn't. It doesn't fucking matter. It's just like, look, the reason that they have these issues is because, they're a third world country in West Africa. They can't fuck. I was surprised to find out that a president, it's a lady, I think. It's a lady. But fuck it. I don't care what color you are. If it was China,
right? It doesn't matter.
No. Not
The
until this shit's contained. It says right here, 4,000 people since March.
That's a lot of fucking people, man. Quick.
Right. This is it. This is the plague.
The stand
that everyone's feared. This is it. And if you're going to make you're going to make decisions based on political correctness,
right?
You're going to lose.
But you're
going to lose the battle, a lot of people are going to die if you make decisions based on political correctness.
Mm-hmm. And those same people, should they get it, would be like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Exactly.
Why did I argue?
No one's going to be like, you know what, I may have Ebola, but I made a stand, and I would still stand by that decision.
Yeah, maybe I'm hemorrhaging from every orifice, but
I'll stand over your grave.
At least somebody from West Africa got to come here. Fuck it.
I don't understand it. I was hoping you wouldn't bring it up, but
right.
I know we're probably going to. I don't know. What do you think? You take the pulse.
It's not forever. It's not forever. You're not like you're banning all the flights.
I heard that there's that 1 million cases may be by the beginning of the year. 1 million cases in West Africa.
Do you want to take that chance and have that problem in the United States or any other country, not just the United States?
That'd be fear mongering from some. I don't know if that's true, but that was just something I heard on one of the news bites when I was in a restaurant.
Well, here's the thing. Also, obviously, the Spanish nurse said that she admitted to somebody that with her surgical gloves, she touched her face. That's how she got it. They think
just touched her face, not her eye.
Touching her face. Yeah, maybe she rubbed her mouth.
So you're telling me it's just like. It can get through your skin?
Yeah, if you're sweating, it's, if you're sweating or something, you touch your face.
Any open pore, I guess. It has to be transmitted.
But it's not airborne.
Fluids. No, but that's the concern that some people have, that it's going to mutate into an airborne virus, which to me says...
It's over then.
Not only is it over, but right there, you are saying that you believe in evolution. If a virus can change from bloodborne to airborne, if it can mutate like that, that's evolution, and that means
super virus.
Well, you're at odds with God if you're going to.
Well, who's brought in God into this?
Well, I'm saying that the whole idea behind evolution is
Well,
changing.
I haven't heard this argument yet. You're the first person. No, I haven't heard this argument yet.
I was thinking of it yesterday because there were a bunch of people who were saying like, well, what if it becomes airborne? What if it becomes airborne? But if you're right now, it's not. So if it does become airborne, that means that
But there's a lot of diseases though that mutate though.
Right.
Well, the flu mutates all the time. They keep on changing. There's all different strains of the flu. Constantly changes.
Right. So.
Well, there's new strains. It's not
right. It's not like
it changes the delivery system. You still get flu the same way. It's not like you get it a different way.
Right.
So who? All right. Whose point are you making? Who are you like slamming here? I can't tell.
I'm not slamming. Maybe the religious right. Maybe.
The religious right probably would probably be like, let's close the borders.
Yeah, I would. You're right. All right, I'm on your side.
I don't know who you're getting after here. I think you're making a point, but I don't know who's got a burner saddle with that.
I'm trying to figure out whose saddle I can get under. I want to be under somebody's skin.
It's scary shit, right?
Do you think about it though? Like, are you afraid? Like,
well, especially if you watch the news. I mean, and you just start to hear, especially when you start to hear that the policeman may have gotten it.
Right. If the police can get it.
Well, I mean, I'm saying because the police, knowing full well what they're walking into, probably took precautions walking into that apartment, and they still may have gotten it. That's scary. Because the police didn't walk in there not knowing what they're walking into. They were walking in there to direct whoever lived in that apartment that they had to be quarantined, yada, yada, yada,
right,
yada, yada.
Checking it out afterwards, whatever, right.
Right. And I can't imagine they touched anything. Or they didn't have gloves on.
What would happen though? So say 3 or 4 towns over, somebody on the news says that somebody's
Jersey?
got it. Let's say 4 towns from you. What would you?
We got it in Hazlitt.
Yeah, you got it in Hazlitt.
Well, let's say this. Let's say somebody around the corner from you got it. Are you treating anybody who may be sick?
No, I mean confirmed.
Really different. Now, I mean, it's going to be a gigantic game changer.
You wouldn't treat them because you never see them again because you're not going to go over and knock on the door.
We're talking about even people of their extended family of the person who's sick. Mm-hmm. How are you going to start treating people? You cannot stamp out the most basic instinct of a person. Self-preservation.
But I'm saying if it's just through touch
what are you going to do that? But let's say a person around the corner from you found out that person has it, and the people who live in their house, well, how are you going to treat them? Are you going to let them in your house?
Fuck no. No way.
So how are you going to treat people
Be like,
who may have it or may not have it? It is going to be everything and more of all the horror movies and horror novels that you read about this.
So am I well within my rights at this point then to, when I go to cons... Like, I'm not shaking hands.
Yes.
I'm not shaking hands anymore.
It's a game changer.
Enough.
Yes.
Right. I don't like
rubber gloves on.
I don't like this social convention of shaking hands all the time. Yeah.
Is it a bump even? I don't even know. I mean,
he's got a nick on
tomorrow is the last, for me, the last obligation of a con or anything to do with Comic Book Men for this season.
Right.
I'm probably going to be. Would I be looked upon as a dick if I was like, I'm sorry, no, I don't shake hands anymore now with the Ebola thing?
No.
Because I looked at it like I'm a little cuckoo?
Yeah, I don't have Ebola, bro.
After I got...
Is it insulting to people?
I think it is. I don't know why people want to shake hands so desperately. I don't get this social convention of, like, we need to touch each other.
Because it's been done since Homo erectus shook hands.
You're right. I don't know where it started. Whoever started is an asshole. Like, you don't need to touch other people. I got when we
He's the inventor of Ebola.
When we did Walker Stalker back in, I think it was March or something. I was shaking hands with people, and I got sick that weekend. I was sick on and off, pretty much on, for the next 2 fucking months. And when we did the Florida Con, I put up a sign. I said, "Can't shake hands. I'm sick." And that
did it
was
work?
That. Yeah. I mean, some people still.
I'll take my chances.
But that was actually, I was sick then, so it was like I didn't want to spread it around to other people.
So you gotta make a sign that says I got Ebola now. Maybe they won't shake your hands.
I don't think you'll be allowed to stay at the con.
Got a mask. He's got like one of those little masks over his head.
Like a one-way ticket to the prison yard.
Just kidding.
To West Africa.
Well, at least you don't. There you go.
The prison yard, you get felt up.
Won't have to do the con. I don't feel like doing the con. I'll go put the Ebola sign up.
All right, let's say this one out there. Let's say Ming comes back from one of these cons. He came back from the Texas con when it all broke.
Okay.
He's feeling sick. How do you treat Ming?
What kind of sickness?
I mean, he coughs a lot, though, too, that dude.
We were very close to Dallas.
Ming is like, I'm not feeling good. I got a fever.
He's bleeding out of his eyes.
That's right.
I don't know, man. I'm worried. He tells you, texts you, I don't know, I'm worried. Do you go see him? Do you go talk to him?
Of course I talk to him, yeah.
Do you go see him?
Through a glass.
I'm pretty sure you can't get it through texting. Do I go see him? No. I tell him, no, go to the fucking doctor. Go.
The doctor said I'm okay. I don't have Ebola.
All right.
Do you trust him? Well, yeah, I trust him, but do you not feel...
You shake his hands?
I think. Do you feel comfortable then?
I'm not touching him at all. But I think...
You sit next to him on a plane? The next con? These are questions that people are going to have to start questioning. Yeah. And these are going to be the ugly, ugly decisions that are going to have to be made if this turns into...
I don't think, if it was airborne, you got nothing. There's not really much.
Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway. I mean, let's say that dude just touched somebody's hand, shook somebody's hand. They went to the con. They shook your hand. I don't know.
There's
hopefully
no way to
it's
stop
not
that, though.
easily passed, though.
Well, just through through touch like that, through that easy? I mean, like you said, if that lady just touched it, if he was
digging in, or he was digging into, or he spit in his hand, or he did something and he got. You don't know what you don't know.
Ken, is Ebola like, you know how when you have hand sanitizer, it always
does
says
it kill
99%, right?
It's probably not Ebola.
It's just an alcohol.
Is Ebola that 0.1?
Well, I mean, and plus,
it doesn't kill.
And plus, they get away with saying, they could get away with like not killing all the germs because it's not 100% effective.
Maybe that's the reason why, because the 0.01 that you do get.
I'll be honest, I don't want to sit next to those two clowns at a con anyway. If they have fucking Ebola, I'm really not sitting next to them. Or even a fucking hint of it.
What do you think Q is? Can we get Q? Maybe can we text Q? And this question about where he stands, I think everybody would like to know. So you're saying if you were in charge, like Obama was like, get me Deputy Silverman online.
No flights.
No flights.
Done.
Bri?
One more time, I was looking up Q.
Obama, you're the deputy of the decision making on whether commercial flights are ceasing.
West Africa?
Yeah.
Done. Yeah. Over with.
Let's see if Q can answer that while we're talking.
Yeah, I wonder if there's commercial flights.
No, I didn't text him.
I'll text him.
Okay. Yeah,
all right. So anything else on Ebola?
That's pretty much all I had on Ebola. But now that you, I actually wasn't nearly as concerned until I sat down here and talked to you. So now I'm like, I'm not fucking shaking anything.
I'm going to the doctor tomorrow.
Why you think I a little bit fear mongering?
No, it's not fear mongering. Maybe you're being. Some people maybe overly cautious. Some people may say because it's not spread as easily as we think. But
there's still nothing wrong with that, though. It's still your health, man. You don't know.
You're safe than sorry is probably the approach, right, to take on this.
Oh man, my fucking phone died. You're gonna have to do it.
But again, if you're also at a con, people are traveling. You don't know where they're from. You know,
it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible, but
people got to.
You're going to see a lot more people start if it explodes.
Right.
If it explodes, if it doesn't explode, if we go for a year without another case, people will forget about it. It's what they're apt to do.
You hope.
It would suck if you were in West Africa. You're like, I'm 100% sure I don't have Ebola. I want to get the fuck out of here.
Well, I don't know. Can most have the money to get on a plane and just start a new life somewhere? It's unlikely, I imagine.
Yeah, probably not. I want to look up. I'm waiting for BQ to text me back here. Look up some Liberia stats. That seems to be.
Is that a big hotspot for it?
Oh yeah, yeah. What I know about Liberia is it seems to always be whenever you see fucked up shit like Faces of Death or something where someone has a burning tire placed around them. It always seems to be Liberia. That's the kind of shit that goes on right now.
And I think you can't reiterate enough though, but I know people won't believe it though. It doesn't matter about the country. It could be Ireland, and I would tell Declan, don't email me no more. No more contact.
No more email virus.
That's it. I can't talk to you no more.
While you're
I'm afraid I can get it through an email.
Now he's being racist. Now he's being racist.
How is that racist? I
can't get it through an email, through an electronic signal. That's a little bit fucking carrying it too far.
And then,
with that, I would call that fear mongering.
Yeah, fear mongering.
Wait till it happens.
No, I don't
Wait
care
till it happens, then you're going to apologize.
Not through a text. Not through a text, brother.
Wait till it happens, and then you're going to be like, holy shit.
You know what? You got Ebola? You can text me.
Text me and get
you can text me.
Ebola.
You can text me all I want. You got Ebola and you're in another country.
Did you hear about the Pittsburgh, the NFL's little black eye with Ebola?
No.
Did you hear about this, Brian?
No, I didn't hear about it.
One of the mascots for the Jacksonville Jaguars, dressed in one of those fuzzy costumes, held up. They're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, and held up a sign that said, "Towels can carry Ebola," because the Pittsburgh Steelers are synonymous with the dirty towel. That's their trademark. They wave a yellow towel, and it's called the dirty towel.
Okay.
And the mascot put a sign up and said, "Towels can carry Ebola." And of course, That was that.
Did
That's.
they think they meant like towel heads or something?
No. It just
Or
meant
like you're wiping your head with sweat?
No, it just meant that like it was a slam at the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was
Dirty team.
It was just a dig that wasn't funny.
I was going to say, yeah. What?
It's not funny, but it also shows you just how far removed we are from Ebola. Because you wouldn't make that same statement about AIDS. It just shows you like it's just we don't realize how horrific it is, and like we don't. That mascot never took in consideration the families of all those. BQ.
We got superstar Brian Quinn from Impractical Jokers and
an emergency.
Jokers Wild.
Emergency call-in.
Yes, we need you to weigh in, Q. We're talking.
I'm calling from sunny Florida. I'm on a golf course.
That's what we said. We were talking that like maybe you're now a snowbird
At a fucking country club?
Yeah, I'm at a private country club there.
all white, no doubt.
The guy who brought me my club looked to be a minority of some sort, but I didn't ask him.
All right.
Not West Africa, are you?
I'm kidding, of course.
He's not Liberian, I hope. Yeah, so we're talking about Ebola, and the question to you, Q, you're the deputy of Ebola control. Obama comes to you and he says, Q, flights from West Africa.
Commercial flights in and out of West Africa.
Commercial flights in and out of West Africa. I don't want to look like I'm a racist, so can you tell the country no more? What's your feeling on that?
I think what you do is you just plant the Secret Service or some undercover people around the airports with rocket launchers. And any planes that are coming in from that area, you just shoot them out of the sky.
Wow. Yeah.
Everything regarding other countries at this point. Just turn everything that could affect us into glass. Also, for all female Ghostbusters reboot, turn it into glass. Turn all into glass.
that was going to be my next question after Ebola, because I know you're a big Ghostbusters fan.
But so, what can we get him to weigh in seriously? What he thinks on commercial flights being suspended?
Yeah, what's your feeling on that?
Okay, all joking aside, I mean, they don't have testing for Ebola. You can't just test for it.
No, I think.
So you're gonna put that into the hands of the people at the airport?
That's a good point, Walt. Well, I mean, can we go with only the strong survive? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I've just heard the word Ebola twice in the past 2 weeks, so I know something's going on with Ebola, but I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Okay, there's been
That's
some,
shocking.
Yeah,
That's
I
fucking
thought
shocking.
I was out of touch.
So Q, you're telling me that you wouldn't suspend the flights of the countries that are that are stricken with Ebola? You would still allow people to come in and out of the country as they do today?
Is Ebola curable?
No. It's the outbreak. It's the outbreak that Stephen King wrote about.
It's basically The Stand. I'm reading.
Oh, no, then you gotta stop. You gotta protect ourselves.
Right.
Like, all joking aside, like, if there's something like The Stand going around, you gotta shut down the borders.
I'm reading right here. It says Ebola ravaged Liberia, nearing collapse and cancels national elections because of an unprecedented Ebola outbreak. And I mentioned earlier that 4,000 people have died since March.
But you know what? And it's not true though that you can get better, because that's what they're giving people blood of people who got better.
Oh, really?
Transfusions?
Yeah.
But wait, there's no you can give me to make sure I don't get Ebola, like a vaccine or something?
No.
Nah, nothing like that.
There is an experimental drug that worked called MZAP, but it's too expensive to make, they say.
It's Mike's email address.
Zap.
Is it death sentence, or you can get it and survive?
If you're strong, maybe. I know there's a cameraman for NBC who just recently got it, and they're giving him transfusions with somebody who survived Ebola, and they're hoping that he can fight it off with the help of that blood. But I think 99.9% of the time you're going to die if you get it.
Listen to this. Listen to this, Q.
I'm sorry if I'm stepping over you guys. It's hard to hear you, so I don't mean to. But say this: if there's a chance that I personally, Brian Quinn, get Ebola and die, then I don't want anybody coming in this country that has it. That's that.
We figured.
That's true. That's all joking aside. Like that's true. Like I don't care about other people. I definitely don't care about other countries aside from England and Italy. So it's like I don't, and Mexico because they have good food. So it's like I don't want. Like if there's a chance that I'm going to get sick from Ebola, we need to shut down the airports.
Does it matter that does it matter to you? Like it doesn't matter what the country is, right? If it's Sweden, Africa, Ireland, England, it doesn't matter, right?
Does it matter if it's black or white?
I don't care if it's South Dakota. I don't care.
That's not another country.
It has nothing to do with the country of origin or the people that live there. I dislike everybody across the board. When it comes to Ebola, like we just got to shut it down. Absolutely. And does they just die out and then the disease goes away and then I'm safe?
No. Then you got the cleanup. I mean, it is a messy endeavor to make sure you've eradicated the Ebola virus in the person who died, because it's the sweat, it's the diarrhea, it's the blood that pours out of your orifices. It's basically you can't burn down in a house, I guess, that someone lived in, but you've got to go in there and make it.
Oh yes, you can.
And make it habitable and make sure that the disease is in there, or else it could be just picked up by anybody. Then it's a horror show.
You guys are really harsh on my vacation. I'm looking at the guy like who's looking at me playing golf, and I'm wondering if he's sick. I don't know.
I'm going to read something to you, Q. Okay. The weak Liberian health system is about to buckle. There aren't enough doctors and nurses or even clinics to treat the spiraling number of cases. Schools have been closed, as have university classes, and public gatherings are restricted. Some towns were temporarily quarantined, and movement is restricted into others. Thousands of non-essential government staff and civil servants have been sent home on paid leave and are idle and helpless. So if within the country, they're canceling classes, they're telling civil servants don't even come into work, why? Where is the question then, as far as like, well, how about we don't bring potential carriers over here?
How come it's cool to shut down a school, but we're inviting them into this country? That's insane.
But but it's not just people from that live in that country coming here. You've got to make the decision on how to treat people and how to handle people who are going over as caregivers or are going over to try to help battle Ebola. And when they come back, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can't come back on commercial flights. They can't, I mean, it's got to be, I guess, you've got to start putting some serious money aside if you're going to try to win this war against it. And it can't be treated, I don't think, as a simple, like you go through a metal detector and then you get a question. Okay, you got no guns. Also, have you been in contact with any Ebola? No? Okay, welcome to America.
Have any women died from this so far?
Sure.
Okay, so we can make it this week's blood issues of Ebola?
Yes. Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, excellent. Excellent. No, well, I don't know, man. I didn't realize Ebola was that bad. I thought it was like a cold that killed the old in a week. I didn't realize it was this.
Oh, Q, yeah, you. I don't know. How old are you, Q?
38.
You're still a young man. You
might have a chance.
I would imagine you're at the cusp, though, of the age of, like, at your prime where you'd have to battle it, though. So it may if you survived it, you may not be the person you are right now, though.
What, like I might lose my hair?
No, you may be affected in terms of, like, you may never be the virile Q that you once were. And plus, who would fuck you anyway if you're a survivor of Ebola?
Yeah, I mean, give me a break.
Can I just make a general announcement to all Telsey fans? All Telsey fans, can you not shake my hand when you see me?
We were just talking about that.
We were just talking about that because we're going to New York Con tomorrow, and shaking hands is just it's archaic, man. It's not
going to happen. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do a Telsey Day salute. That's what it is from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Heil Hitler?
Yeah, it looks very similar to Heil Hitler.
Fingers down. Instead of fingers up, it's fingers down.
Well, for pure consideration, we just do a salute, an army salute.
You know what we could do, Q? We could just wiggle our two fingers like antenna. That's our new salute.
Right.
We put our fist on our forehead and we put two fingers out and we wiggle them, but we don't touch.
Perfect.
Like the honeymooners. Yeah. Like the honeymooners, when they had the raccoon hello.
Yeah. That's it. It's adopted. It's done.
It's done. No more handshaking. People are gonna look at us like, why the fuck are you doing that?
That's good. That's good. I like that. All right.
It says here, 58% of people support banning all flights between U.S. and any Ebola-affected countries of West Africa.
58% of Americans.
Yes.
So 40%. That's 40% of the country still isn't on board yet. I mean, and it is. You know what? And it is only one case in America. I mean, I hate to sound like I'm.
I mean, did they take that full of San Francisco, or they let this shit just run right?
I'm glad you said that, Q.
Yeah. It needed to be said, and you said it.
I have to run back in, boys. I'm getting annoyed looks. I don't want this off like to paying for dinner.
Okay. One more quick question, though. And this is going to affect you even more than Ebola. Target is considering not selling short shorts for girls. Do we launch a boycott?
I mean, how old?
12 and up.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with Target not selling short shorts for girls. I can't believe you even had to answer that question. I'm surprised you.
Well, you know.
13 and over, though, I'm all for it.
All right. All right, dude.
And listen, we'll tackle the all-female Ghostbusters thing. They have a lot to say about that.
All-female Ghostbusters. Yep.
Next week, all right?
All right. Have a good vacation. I'll talk to you later.
All right, boys. Have fun tomorrow at the con, and I'll see you guys next week.
Cool, man. See you later.
See you later. There it is.
So
it's a sweep.
Unanimous.
It's unanimous.
Yeah. Now, you said there's only one case, Walt?
Well, the one case, and it was, the first case in America was the guy from, his name was Eric Duncan.
Oh, the black dude.
Yeah, he was the first case. But I don't know if the deputy, who they feared may be showing signs of Ebola. I don't know what his status is at this point. But I think we said all we can do on it. Let's just hope that America is prepared. Obama keeps telling us over and over again, this country should not expect an outbreak. Don't lose your head over it. And I'm willing to give the president the benefit of doubt in this one. You know what? Hey, man, that's what we pay him for. That's what we pay him the big bucks for, to tell us everything's cool.
Right.
Well, I got some bad news for you.
Yeah.
Well, you go, oh, what are you, one of those birthers?
I'm still waiting for that change.
Disgruntled Republican over here.
I vote.
Let me see.
We gotta wrap this up. Jeff's got to get to a tea party meeting.
That's right. I gotta throw something in the fucking ocean now.
He's going to his Sarah Palin Appreciation Club. You know what's unbelievable, Jeff? How putting on a great pair of underwear changes your entire outlook for the day, and that is not a joke.
Matches my hair.
Your underwear matches your hair?
If it's gray.
What the fuck? Where did that come out of? Matches my hair.
If it's gray. He said gray. My hair's gray.
Did you say gray?
I didn't think so.
I thought you said gray.
No, great.
Oh,
Not
gray.
Okay. A great pair of underwear.
All right, so it's gray.
On gray underwear, like, they either better be gray or
you better get some woolite.
Yeah, you got to fucking toss them out and go to, what is this? This is MeUndies.
We're doing an underwear commercial?
We are.
MeUndies.
Wow.
You agreed to it, and so did Q.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, I asked you guys ahead of time. You know that feeling of putting on ratty, old, saggy underwear, and we want you to know the feeling of wearing great-fitting, great-looking underwear.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, okay, just so everyone knows, it's MEUNDIES.com, MeUndies.com, and they're claiming the most comfortable underwear you've ever tried on. They fit perfectly. They don't ride up your ass. They pull moisture away from your skin so you're cool all day. You can take selfies in them. Got yourself a selfie stick. It says they make you look great. Check out the pics of underwear for boys. Ooh, and girls. Hello, ladies.
Do you look good in underwear?
Me?
Is there any underwear? Could you wear this underwear and change your...
Does it change my outlook for the day? Unlikely. Does it make me more attractive? Definitely not. No.
Makes you don't want to go outside.
No, I mean I gotta be honest. To MeUndies, I mean, look, I support you, and I know we're getting some underwear in the mail soon. But Christ Almighty, if you're claiming you can,
so you're not the model person for this particular.
I don't know.
You can cure clinical depression with a pair of underwear. Then fucking bring it on.
I was scratching my back yesterday, and my wife said, I hope you don't do that when you're out in public. And I was like, what, scratch my back? She goes, yeah. And I go, why? She goes, I could see your underwear, and it's not even pulled up.
They're gray.
She goes, they're gray, and they're not even pulled up. She goes, it's gross. So maybe if I get some, what are these called?
MeUndies.
MeUndies.
Yeah.
Maybe I turn that around.
It's entirely possible. Yeah, you want to you've been married 20 years. It's not easy to keep that spark alive. You show up in MeUndies rather than your grotesque fucking Target underwear, I'm supposing.
Yeah, underwear. I have never shopped for anything but the cheapest underwear on the shelf.
Whatever's there.
Saggy whites.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
You're not like Ming with his Calvin Klein.
No. His selfie stick on the end of it is a fucking bag of fucking underwear.
They got a lot of stuff actually. They have what do you go for? Well, they have for women. They have the women's boy shorts, the brief, or the lace thong.
Sunday Jeff,
what do you think?
The brief.
Yeah, I like the boy shorts as well. I'm more no.
they sell socks too.
Dude, come on now. They have socks.
Go together.
They have shirts.
This
they
is
have hoodies.
This is strange marketing
They
campaign,
have,
right?
yeah.
On a podcast,
A 365 pack of underwear, dude.
That's a lot of fucking
It only
underwear.
cost $4,000.
What? What?
Now you got his attention.
Yeah, look at that. Never seen such a thing.
What's the? Can we hold on? Let me do the math on that while you guys are talking.
What's that? Like over $10 a pair, right?
Yeah, I guess it's not that much then. But who has money to just drop $4,000 on the
just
spot
underwear?
on just a fucking pallet of underwear?
That is, how many do they sell? That I'm wondering about that. Now for guys, you got fucking come on. For guys, you have you got boxer briefs, trunks, and then what would be tighty whities.
It's like $9. It's a little over $9 a pair.
Does that seem like a lot? I don't know. I don't.
I'm telling you right now, I buy a pack.
For a single
For
pair?
probably
Yeah.
for like $10, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay. But they're definitely not.
They're not because
quality.
no, they're not like this. This is your fashionista.
Mm-hmm.
probably thicker. A lot thicker.
You know who's
holds
probably
up a lot
gonna
better.
who's going to go crazy for these? Q.
Yeah, he's definitely. He could be an underwear model.
Q?
Yeah.
He'd probably disagree with that.
No, he definitely could.
I think he said he put on 8 pounds during the tour. that was a.
But he
claim.
but the pounds seem to go in the right places with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It goes to his cock.
Goes right to my ass.
Yeah, he's got a giant booty.
I'm not kidding. That somehow he's one of the lucky people in the world that the pounds go to all the right spots.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. That Q. They have socks. that I may agree with. A new pair of socks
can change your outlook
for the day. Yeah. Maybe a little. Not for the
Let's
day.
just say maybe a half hour. Let's give it. Let's be realistic.
Half hour at the most, yeah. But I do love new socks. If I was super rich, that's something I would do every day. I would wear a pair of socks and then toss
Throw them out.
Yep, every day. That's what I would do. I could do that with MeUndies here, but $4,000, it's a lot to drop.
Well, just get one or two. Try them out.
Yeah.
What's the name of the website?
MeUndies.com. I guess. I thought they would have some kind of code or something, right? I would have thought.
They're not sold in stores?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of.
Well, then you know it's good.
It's got to be. Is there? I don't see a code. As far as like,
is there a MeUndies at? Hold on, let me see.
Sorry, everyone.
No, we're not supposed to be cutting, right?
No, we can't cut.
Dead air.
Yeah, we can't.
Dead air. Jeff, just say something. Say something. When's the last time you went sans undies to work or out to play?
Oh, you went commando, as they say.
And when's the last time you did that?
I don't remember.
There was a lady who went.
What would it take? What would it take for you to
go
to
commando?
work
Oh, it's
one
got
day
a long
commando?
time ago.
What do you think?
You know what? If I go mow the lawn or something in the summer, I'll throw fucking. I'll throw some fucking. No. I'll sweatpants. I'll fucking go. I'll go commando to do the fucking lawn.
He's got Target short shorts on.
What a horrific fucking image.
I said sweatpants.
All sweaty.
I didn't say it looked like prickly pears hanging out the side.
Pieces of grass stuck to his nuts and everything.
White socks pulled up to his knees and shit.
It looks like a fucking snowman in underwear mowing the grass.
Sweatpants. That's worse.
Summer.
Are they 2-inch cuts or 8-inch cuts?
It's scaring me.
What's it? How you spell it? Me.
M-E, like me.
Yeah.
And then undies. U-N-D-I-E-S.
Oh, I-E-S. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. MeUndies at MeUndies. Could you tag us if you like this commercial? Any of the answer, right? This week?
I guess so, yeah.
Tag MeUndies and tell them Steve Dave. Tell them, even if you didn't order, just tell them you did.
Yeah. At MeUndies for Twitter. And by the way, we're at Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Tell them that you love the spot, you love the undies, you love everything. It's a great big world, and
to send some free ones to Sunday Jeff, because God forbid he should go out commando and
I'll try him.
start mowing people's lawns.
I'll start mowing your lawn. I'll mow your lawn with my nuts hanging out. How about that?
There you go. MeUndies.com.
that's got to be the claymation movie.
Fucking awesome.
Dragging on the floor.
All covered.
Off his own nuts.
They're getting bigger as you're mowing the lawn. It's just everything's attracted to it.
Just covered in grass, like pieces of grass.
Can't even see him. That's how we retain our PG-13 rating.
There you go. MeUndies.com.
Here's some real quick notes. This Sunday, Walt, at midnight, tune into AMC for the new comic book man. Yeah, we
I'm
start
surprised.
the season.
Surprised you feel you have to do this. Did someone tell you to do this?
No. I was just thinking about it.
Most of the Lance probably know this,
Yeah,
right?
they probably know, but just in case.
All right.
They're real quick.
New listeners.
Comic Book Men panel tomorrow if you're at New York Comic Con and you want to see.
This is probably it. When is this getting up?
Tonight.
It is? Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We're going to try to put it up tonight. I forgot to tell you also, when we were in Houston, San Antonio, I discovered that Ming has purchased a selfie stick, which is like basically it's an aluminum rod that he attaches his camera to, and it can extend in and out, so he can take selfies. And it was $70.
Wow.
Now, my question to you is it money well spent for a guy who takes as many fucking selfies as he does?
Where does one find that? Is that like in the mall now?
I believe
probably on Amazon, right?
Let's see, selfie.
Come on, we know he's into that. He's into that culture. He's into pop culture. The pop, whatever's hot, whatever the in crowd is doing. We know that Ming is going to jump on it, and he's going to cause it to not be hot and not be in.
He can literally single-handedly kill the selfie.
Enough already.
Right? I mean, if Meg Chet is doing it, it's over.
How cool could it be?
I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. That's all harsh, right?
Sorry, I can't cut it. Now I'm looking at right here. One for $5.77. Self-portrait selfie, adjustable stick monorod.
That's got to be awkward to be carrying that around whenever to get your to just on the odd chance you may want to take a selfie.
What's it do different than just taking it from a regular camera?
I guess you can extend it more.
You can extend it more,
so you get more stuff in the picture,
more background, whatever. Yeah. The selfie stick backlash. Oh, there's been a backlash? I didn't even know it was popular enough to be a backlash already. Selfie stick at Amazon. Oh, there's no
Enough of this
story. So yeah, Ming has a selfie stick that costs $70. I was surprised at that.
I'm sure. Why are we sure it's not the one he just pulled out of his ass?
What's that?
I'm sure it's just like the stick he pulled out of his ass. And he deemed it as a selfie stick.
He just pulled it out. He was just like, from now on.
Like the sword and the stone.
Dripping with a bullet. Yeah, only one person could pull it out.
Actually, that's the. If anybody's got a stick in their ass, it's not Ming.
No,
that would be me.
Far from it.
I need to forcibly remove the one that's in my ass. I would imagine he'd say.
By next week, when we record, assuming we record Tuesday night or after, you'll have the final outcome to the court case involving me and the boss guy.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me of our secret project. That's really what I was hoping you were going to tell me.
No. Well, you'll have that too, but the
bus driver?
Well, I went and I formally put in the complaint last week and all that other stuff, and I saw him today. This dude's a fucking moron. No, I dropped Sage off to the bus stop, and the guy still goes the same way. Like, the direction he's going. You know what I mean? Like, he's going down Bay Avenue, like, say, towards the wreck. And he passes the wreck and then takes a left by the VFW and a right on the Shore Drive. So why not just take that left on Waterwitch, then the right on the Shore Drive, right? So he gets caught again today. And I'm looking at him. And he sees me. He's obviously gotten a citation by now. And he just starts laying on the horn. He won't stop, like, honking the horn as the kids are getting on the bus.
Really?
Yeah. He's a mental case, I think. I just started laughing at him. I pointed at him and laughed. And
I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get mad or anything.
I like that, yeah.
Gave him a salute.
And he drove. Yeah, that's what I should do. Give him a little
Because then he knows he thinks then he knows you think he's a joke.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't like steaming or stomping around or breaking windows.
That's even more infuriating.
Right, that I'm not even taking him seriously.
Right.
When I go to the con tomorrow, though, I was thinking about this. I'm taking the ferry over.
Oh yeah, you're not getting picked up?
I'm not. Yeah, she said I could, but I'm like, I live half a block from the ferry. I was like, it'll drop me off 2 blocks away from the Javits Center, so I'll just take the ferry. And that guy's wife, I figured out what's like. He drops her off. He drops off his wife to the ferry, so I may well run into her tomorrow.
How do you know that?
Because
how did you figure that out?
Today, when I was leaving, the bus left, he passed, I got in my car, and I went home, and he took the right into the boat parking lot, but he didn't park. He went all the way to the end, so I'm assuming he's dropping her off.
How do you know he's not getting on the boat?
He's driving, so I would assume that whoever's driving isn't getting on the boat.
Why? You just leave your car there, wouldn't you?
You gotta leave at the same time.
What's that?
You don't have to be there until later anyways, right? So you don't know if you'd be leaving at the same time.
But why wouldn't they just leave their car there and both get on the boat, you think?
I don't know if he works in New York. You don't understand what I'm saying?
No. Why? What makes you think they're both not getting on the boat?
Because the parking lot is full.
Oh, and you don't see the car there anymore.
And, no, when he took the turn today, he didn't, park where there were parking places. He jetted all the way up to the front. So that's my assumption. I can't say for sure I'm right, but I'm assuming that he drops his wife off and then goes and does whatever. But, so there may be a run-in tomorrow to report.
Hope not.
No. Well, maybe. That'll be fun.
What's he actually doing wrong, though?
Be more interesting.
He's just, deviating from the bus stop? Is that what it is?
Eliminating? He passed the bus when the lights were on and the guard was out and all that shit.
Okay.
And I told him, I was like, whoa, slow down, stop. And he just blew past me. So I got his license plate number and reported him. So now I got to go to court.
That's like an 8-point ticket, too.
Court next Tuesday. It's a lot of points, expensive.
Do you think he'll have a lawyer?
I don't know.
Well, the bus driver should be a witness too if he continues to do it. So I mean, it's like she should be saying something anyways, regardless of whether it's you or the bus driver should be saying, "Whoa, where's this guy going? He's passing the stop school bus."
So the bus driver's got to show up too, right?
She told me she was, yeah.
But if she doesn't, how mad you're going to be?
You know what? What can I do?
I would be disappointed with that bus driver.
It'll be annoying, and I would be disappointed. Judging by her reaction, it doesn't seem like she's going to skip out.
Right. I think judging more from her feared reaction from you, I think is more of the factor in this one.
You seeing me in action?
Yeah.
He'll be out there with the horn honking.
How long have we been going?
An hour and 4 minutes. Pretty good.
You want to just do our little ad and then I got to roll.
We've got. Oh, you have to roll?
Yeah, 7 o'clock. I got to roll.
Oh, brother.
Which is still 12 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, so we got our Tell 'em Steve Dave. Actually, just go to tellemstevedave.com, and it's going to redirect you to a magical place, a place where you can get the Cryptozoic Man trade paperback and the official Tell 'em Steve Dave Army Ant logo dog tag. Sunday, Jeff, have you seen it?
Yes, I did.
It's gorgeous,
It's
right?
I see it.
Yeah, I did see it.
Where'd
You
you
showed me. You showed me like a prototype of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's cool, right?
Yeah.
It's neat. It's neat. It's come on. It's not it's nothing to write home about, but
It's not groundbreaking, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's okay.
I like it. Do we have any here?
No.
No?
All on their way to merch table.
Wow.
But you can get a shirt there, Sunday Jeff. You can get a shirt.
Yeah.
More shirts?
And another shirt.
You were able to get vinyl. Vinyl sold out fast, and people were disappointed.
Yeah.
We're talking about what to do about that.
Puppet DVD?
Puppet DVD is
There you
there. Yes. And the Cryptozoic Man. And you can buy if you just want to get the tags. You don't need the rest of the bells and whistles. You just get the tag, but there's no content on the tag.
Yeah, so you're buying a USB with the Army Ant logo.
You can load
Which is pretty
content.
cool.
Yeah, apparently though I didn't know this though, but Declan got us. I told him to get. It was my direction, but he told me it's laughable. The size of the USB. He said
It's laughable?
it's laughable the size we chose to go with for the blanks.
2 gig?
Small?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I told him I just wanted a USB that would fit the 4 bonus pods. That's all that was all I was worried about. I said, I just need a USB that'll fit the 4 bonus pods. So I needed a format to get people the bonus pods who bought the Cryptozoic Man who missed out.
Right.
So I said, get me a format that is just enough to carry the 4 bonus pods.
Mm-hmm.
And he did, but now he's telling me that people are snickering.
What was it?
Snickering.
Snickering at the size of our USB. So, yeah. So
We don't know what size it is, right?
it's the smallest one you can get, I think.
Even if it's like 1 or 2 gigs, I mean, it's enough to put on.
I don't know if
not
it's
even
even a
that
gig.
I didn't even think they made them lower than a gig.
I
What's
wouldn't
lower
have
than a
thought so
gig?
either.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's...
It's on there.
1 gig. That's not laughable. He's such a douche. I had a conversation with him the other day. I told him he's getting too sensitive because he keeps responding to jokes that we make on Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Oh, yeah?
He argued that he wasn't sensitive.
Well, I mean, I've also, I don't know. It's hard to tell through an email, obviously. Sensitive?
A little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I think it's all because you can't hear reflection.
Well, he asked me. Well, I always hear him in my head.
Yeah, but that's really not how it
talk like
sounds.
that.
So.
He did ask me for a special favor to see if I could calm you a little. That you were.
Oh, that was riding his balls too hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He was just like he seemed like I don't know what to do. Like we're ahead of schedule. We're doing great, and he seems to be unhappy. I don't know what more I can do. He's like,
That's my boss.
I mean, he has to understand that, and the 3-headed monster that's TSD. Mm-hmm. There's different levels of work ethic expected, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
right. I
Absolutely.
mean, I have a different level of expectations than you may have or Q may have. If I'm going to be in charge of the project,
Better be prepared.
then, well, I'm not saying.
Your
I mean,
balls are getting rid.
I don't know. If you would have to think that there's going to be different expectations from me if I'm the one who's in charge. Me and him are the one moving the project along.
Absolutely,
right?
100%. Yeah, he's not dealing with me. He's dealing with you.
And I imagine Q may not. I mean, Q would handle it differently too. What probably would be like maybe once or twice within a 2-week period. He may check in and
he'd fall somewhere in between me and you.
Right.
Right.
I mean, that's just getting in bed with TSD, man.
Mm-hmm. You wanted to fuck us, boy. Now you're fucking us. Stop fucking.
But it's gonna be good, man. I heard some audio of the Secret Project, and
Project.
I am telling you right now, we with this project, we are going to turn. We're going to do what only something that God could do. We are going to turn ants into flies because they're going to be like flies on shit.
Really?
This is
there you go, people. If that's a compliment,
our stuff ain't shit though.
If there's a compliment,
it's really not shit.
We're in there. It's yours.
But I'm telling you, man, it is so well done so far. He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
And nothing. I mean, it just maybe he just needs. He's just a little. He's got a little bit of island bry in him.
He's on island time. Okay.
Yeah, he gets a little bit of island bry on him. I mean, like I had my shit ready to go. Boom, boom. So I expect I don't expect the months in between then.
Well, sometimes your expectations are a little bit much. I remember during the season you said, "Can you check this out and put in some jokes and rewrite some stuff during your lunch break?" And you had so much material. I was like, "Do you have this fucking mind?
It's going to take him more than 5 minutes."
No possible way. But
yeah. My expectations are that's one of the things that can be trying.
I think that's what's going to make this project, like you say, flies to shit because of that passion. It's going to turn out really fucking well.
This is a passion play that I
This
hope.
might be one of the best ones.
I hope so.
Projects so far.
Well, I mean that's the always what you go into like Lou. Hockey season starts tonight, and Lou Lamoriello always says, you always expect to win the Stanley Cup at the beginning of each season. If you don't think that way,
no need to play.
Then you need to retire. So that's what I'm going with this project. I want it to be a Stanley Cup level of expectations for the Ants, and I think so far it's off to a good start. We're hoping to get it out before Christmas.
Oh, it'll definitely be out before Christmas.
Yeah,
he said definitely.
Okay, all right.
And I'm saying definitely.
Okay, well, that's all I need.
Definitely.
There's your confidence right there. There's your seal of approval.
I didn't say that. That's Sunday Jeff talking over there. And Sunday Jeff is a gigantic part of this, right? There's a lot riding on Sunday Jeff's shoulders. And
he's huge.
He's huge. I mean, obviously, everybody knows what we're talking about. Right. I'm not going to say it anyway. I'm just going to put the facade that it's a surprise. But Sunday Jeff, if there is awards given out for pod, I guess there are. We have one or two, don't we? But I don't know what you would call this. But maybe if there's, we'll have to look into seeing if he could be nominated for something after this.
He at least deserves a nod. Yeah.
Yeah, if even he could just get nominated, that would be pretty dope. What were we talking about? Tags? Time sensitive.
Merch, Dave.
Yeah,
So tell them SteveDave.com and you can get a bunch of cool stuff.
Now the trade paperback sold out with the Cryptozoic Man sketch. I'm going to go with a second round of Army Ant sketch in there now. And I'm going to leave the window open to order those trades until Halloween.
Ooh.
After Halloween, I can't be drawing. I can't get the Secret Project going. I can't. Too much is going on. I got
the
my
amount of time it takes you is crazy.
Yeah, so I'm going to let it. If you want to get one, you don't have to rush now and get it. Obviously, so you'll have until Halloween. After Halloween, though, then we'll offer again the Cryptozoic Man and the dog tags. That's going to be a perennial. That's going to be a forever item.
And it will always be signed, but just no sketch.
No, it's not.
It's not even signed.
It's not even going to be signed.
Okay.
Because it's too much.
Heard that, people.
Because then I got to get them shipped here.
Right,
I got to get the Cryptozoic Man trade just to be. I know people don't want to hear this because it's so boring, but the Cryptozoic Man has to be purchased for you to get the 4 pods because I thought it would be betrayal to the ants who supported it so much the very first time.
Right.
It has to be a 1-2. It has to be married to one another to be fair, and I'm always looking to be fair.
I was arguing with some douche on Twitter the other day, because of that, because we definitely weigh that so heavily in like trying to not double dip, trying to make everything so people who supported early on don't feel
like they like, oh, we don't have to support it next time because they'll just offer it again.
Right, and for a much
we are gonna we are offering it again, but I tried to make it so if you got the Cryptozoic Man booty shine the first time, you just missed out on the tag, so you could order a tag. I'm constantly thinking of it, trying to think of ways, but obviously there's some things that slip by. But you got blood the first time, you're not getting blood the second time.
Right.
I don't know. If you want it, go order it. If you don't, what am I going to do? I can't please everybody, man. I'm trying, though. Trying like a madman. I'm paying a price for it. Declan's talking out of school behind my back.
I know. Little dick.
That's almost unforgivable.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Fight for our rights. You know that mama's always right. We gotta roll with the punches. We gotta stand up for our rights. Get down. Get fucking. Row. You gotta fight for the light. You know that zombies always right. We gotta roll with the punches. Gotta keep them out tonight. Get fucking. Wow. Gotta roll. We gotta roll. Fight for our rights. You know that glamour's always right. We gotta roll with the punches. Time to stand up for our rights. Get down. Get fucking. Wow.
Take it up a notch with a live Smod Pod. Comic Book Men are hitting the main stage at New York Comic Con on Friday, October 10th. Fat Man on Manhattan has an evening with Kevin Smith and special guest Jason Mewes at the Hammerstein Ballroom on Saturday, October 11th. October 17th is Babylon at the Hollywood Improv. These shows have and will sell out. Also on the 17th, HBO Comic-Con Theater, also at the Hollywood Improv. And that same weekend, Comic Book Men are making an appearance at Walker's StalkerCon in Atlanta, October 17th through 19th. The following weekend on the 24th, HBO at the Hollywood Improv, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old at the Orlando Improv on November 7th. Kev does a solo show on the next night on the 8th, also in Orlando. Tickets for these and all upcoming live Smodco shows are linked at csmod.com.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.